Hey, what's up, y'all? What's going on? It's Brandon. I was just watching a video. Onision, I think that's how you say his name. He has a bunch of videos. He's a partner, all that good stuff. He has a video called "Racism in America," and y'all know I had to check that out. Onision, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, man. You got your head, I mean, way up your motherfucking ass. First of all, you started to say something about the word nigga and why white people couldn't say it and black people could say it. The question isn't can somebody white say it and how come somebody black can say it and somebody white can't. That's not the question. The question is, why is it that somebody black can say it and not be seen as racist, and somebody white can say it and they can be seen as racist? The reason is it doesn't have anything directly, maybe indirectly, but directly it doesn't have anything to do with slavery. I'm talking about right damn now, right motherfucking now. When I go into a restaurant and I can't get seating and then I'm getting stares and shit like that and they don't want to let me sit down. Then when I finally sit down, hello, welcome, and it's not just the waiter. Everybody else is getting treated great, but I get treated like shit. Or one time what I had happened to me, not that you give a fuck, I don't give a fuck that you don't give a fuck, but I'm telling you the truth. Sitting in a restaurant, I'm with a bunch of other white people. We're having an outing. All the other white people, smiles and everything like that, welcome. They get to me and it's this. They don't know me like that, but I'm being judged by the way that I look because in their eyes, I'm a nigga. You don't know what that feels like, trying to get a mortgage for a house, trying to get a loan from a bank, trying to get funding for projects, trying to get grants, trying to do different things in order to make yourself a better human being. You don't know what that's like, trying to get jobs and stuff like that and being denied because in other people's eyes you nothing but a nigga. So if somebody black comes up to me and says, "What's up, my nigga?" I know how he's gonna be treated because of the way he looks, and he knows. That's why that's acceptable. Coming from you, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. You just saying something that you probably read in a fucking book or something that you heard in your psych class. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, dude. I mean, that's a joke. Me personally, just from watching a couple of your videos, I'm not a fan. I just saw a couple of them. Seems like to me that you have a real messiah complex. Like you think that you have a way about doing things that can just, make things better. There's no quick fix to this. But I think at very least, if white people like yourself owned up to the prejudices and the racism and the bigotry that they had, then if you were honest, people would respect you more, and then that could begin to mend wounds and heal and to bring people together. But you lying, talk about no, it's peace and I don't judge you by that. What you need to tell me is what you and your white friends talk about when there's nobody black around. Tell me what your fathers used to joke about and say at the kitchen table. How many niggas does it take to screw on a light bulb? What you need to do is begin to tell the truth, not lie and say what it is you think that people, wanna hear so they'll see you better or something like that. And you were talking about Barack Obama, and it seems like people like you are incessantly, yes, I said people like you are incessantly focusing on the fact that he's half white. He's half Hawaiian and half African. Me, I see that as black, but I don't understand why people like you constantly have to say that he's half white, he's half white, he's half white. That's a rhetorical question. I'll tell you why. Because people like you can't see a black man being in a position of power unless he has white attributes, be it physically or mentally. A part of him has to be white, because if somebody is black, they're not good enough or wise enough or intelligent enough to reach such a powerful position. Because some people say, well, you're the president of the United States, you're the most powerful man in the world. And I think it's funny that people say we're in a post-racial society. What kind of fucked up math are you doing? What college did you go to? What high school, middle school, elementary school, preschool, kindergarten did you fucking go to? We've had 43, I believe, white presidents and vice presidents. We have one black president, and not everything is equal. I think that means next to nothing. I didn't vote at all, to be honest with you. You said you voted for him, and that's great. Kumbaya. I didn't vote at all because I don't believe that the people decide who gets into the presidency. Of course, everybody knows about the popular vote and the electoral vote. That's the Electoral College that actually picks the president. I don't think the people have anything to do with it. But now that he is in office, I mean, I think it's great. We've had one black president. I think that's great. I don't really believe that that shows a sign of change. I think that he played his cards right, and he ended up being very, very, very successful. I realize that the world is not fair, but I don't think that racism is a thing of the past. I think it's still very prevalent in today's society, and that's what it is blacks have a problem with. I was never a slave. You were never a slave on, at least not to my knowledge. There were other white people who were slaves as well, but they're not being haunted by it like we are because we are black. Especially when you have a dark skin complexion. You can't speak from that because you don't know what that feels like. That's why I don't understand why so many certain people, especially white people, try to speak on it as if they know. Damn what all black people say. Let me tell you, that's that Messiah complex. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, man. And you were saying something about a Middle Eastern child seeing his parents being killed and he himself being killed and not being armed. That's happening right here in America to black folk all over the place. How many stories have you heard where an officer killed someone and they thought they had something on them, and then the cop, nothing happens to them, or if it does, they get a year off of their job, they get a year probation or something like that, and that gets cut in half, and they do no time, and they get paid time off their job. It's some bullshit. How can you expect me to get angry, which I do, about an American killing a Middle Eastern child in a third world country when you're doing that right here in this country? I still do care, but like the passion for America that you have, I do not have that, sir. I'm not anti-American, but I'm not all into America like you seem to be really into it. And that's great, keep your passion, but America has given me as many reasons to hate it as it has to love it. I'm not really into the flag like that. When I see a brother or sister, I see a brother or sister. Whether they be black, whether they be white, I'm not trying to validate myself with you. These are my convictions, just period. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, they could be Arabian for all I care. Me personally, I'm trying to be close with God no matter what religion someone may claim. I try to be close to God through Jesus Christ, so I can't claim to love God in heaven and I hate my brothers and sisters here on earth. I just wish people like you could tell the truth and be honest about how it is they really feel. When you look at me, I don't think you see another human being like you say. I think when you look at somebody like me, you see a black man. You're not colorblind. You're not Ray Charles. You're not blind. You know what it is that you feel in your heart, but I think that you for some reason can't speak the truth, can't tell the truth, and I think that whole video was full of shit. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't have any problem with a white person per se. I'm talking about society, the way I get treated by society and by a number of white folk. But that is the way that things are. But I just wish that people like yourself could tell the truth and stop trying to stroke the egos of black people into a false sense of security. You do not see me that way. You do not see me as your brother. You see me as a black man. Alright? One love. Connect.